Aguántenlo ahí, aguántenlo ahí. Bueno, Giancarlo Esposito con ustedes en Comic Con Panamá, el aplauso para él.
Bienvenido a Panamá! All right, let's go take a seat. We can go underneath the stage. Hola, Panamá! Woohoo! Ahora sí, Giancarlo Esposito! What is the first thing that comes to mind every time you get this reaction?
Oh my God, Elvis! The Beatles!
You feel like a rock star. You are a rock star.
I feel like a rock star every single time. I'm always in deep gratitude to have so many great fans throughout the world. But when I come to this part of the world, I realize how special it really is. We love you, Panamá!
Él se da cuenta qué especial es esto, la reacción de la gente cuando viene a estos lados del mundo. Latin America has been warm, nice to you. Well, I know you've been, in different Latin American countries these past few months.
I've been to Ecuador, to Colombia, and I have to say I love them, but Panama is the best.
Amo Ecuador y Colombia, pero Panamá es el mejor. Go ahead, do you want to take a seat?
I'll tell you why. When you come to a country and you're greeted in a certain way, not only with words but by actions, and I judge people because I look them in the eye, and you can feel the warmth in their spirit and their completeness and their relaxedness and their respect. You can see it and you can feel it, and I feel it at a very high level here in Panama.
Él le gusta mirar a las personas a la cara, a los ojos, y dice que él puede sentir la relajación, la confianza, el respeto de la gente. Y dice que en Panamá él lo ve a través de las acciones y los ojos de la gente de aquí de Panamá. Así que siéntanse orgullosos de que Panamá está dejando buena marca en la experiencia de Giancarlo. You spoke about the eyes, and something that many people are a fan of are your eyes, and the eyes that you have this unique and wonderful talent of speaking with your eyes, either intimidating or being, comforting for people. Has that always been something you had, that power to transmit and communicate with your eyes, or did you find out with any character and then decided to continue using it?
Well, I'm an actor, so through my acting career, you develop a way of working on different projects.
Él es actor, así que como actor él busca elementos de cómo trabajar en distintos proyectos.
And what I realize is, as I have gone through my journey, I've deepened my spiritual part of my insides and my heart.
Y en esa aventura, él ha endurecido su parte interna y de su corazón.
So therefore, I realize that all of my love, all of my attention, all of my presence is in my eyes.
Todo su amor, toda su presencia está en los ojos. La pregunta que yo le hice a Giancarlo fue, él es conocido porque sus personajes, él tiene la capacidad y el talento de con la mirada transmitir, o ser muy intimidante o ser muy reconfortante, si es algo que él siempre ha aplicado. Entonces por eso viene la respuesta.
My eyes are an expression of my spirit, and I wear many masks. But through each mask that I wear as an actor, you can really see who I am in my eyes.
Él tiene muchas máscaras y a través de los ojos de cada una de sus máscaras la gente puede ver quién es en sus personajes. And that's wonderful, because I know you've gotten a lot of this, the eye thing, and is it hard, like, to not blink, just to stare, or is it all, going inside your brain and thinking as a character in order to show that?
If I'm giving you all of my attention completely, and right now they aren't even here, I'm transmitting everything that I'm thinking to you with my eyes.
Yes.
And so it developed. But what I realize is we don't do this in life. We do this. we do this. I'm talking to you, but I'm looking at my phone. Your attention, where you put your attention is everything. It is your intention, and that transfers your attention.
Es la intención que se transforma en la atención, que hoy en día, él ahorita está conversando conmigo, me mira directamente a los ojos porque él está enfocado, lo que él está pensando me lo está diciendo directamente a mí, pero hoy en día la gente está utilizando el celular hablando contigo, así que importante lo que tienes aquí, concentración, mirar a las personas directo y es lo que él aplica con sus personajes. Vamos a empezar la primera ronda de preguntas, ya tenemos un par elegidos. Alright, we're gonna ask some fan questions. Viene el super micrófono. We have our special pillow microphone, which we throw at the audience. It's very light. It's like a cushion.
I love it.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
yeah, so that's how we get the questions. Stevie, ¿tú te acuerdas de la persona? Dale. Y ahorita los que les prometimos su pregunta tienen su pregunta asegurada, así que eso va. ¿Te acuerdas de una?
Can you threaten me as Moff Gideon, please? Can you threaten me as Moff Gideon?
You have something I want.
You know, this is... It can't get old. Vamos con la siguiente pregunta. A ver, mira.
¿Quiénes son tus 3 directores favoritos?
Who are your 3 favorite directors?
I had a hit list of directors I like to work with. I really love some unknown directors. One this year that I met on a piece I did called Kaleidoscope is Everardo Gout. Everardo Gout from Mexico.
Everardo Gout, de México, y met him in Kaleidoscope.
Sí.
En la serie Kaleidoscopio, ¿vieron Kaleidoscopio aquí en Panamá? It was trending in Panama. A lot of people saw it.
It's a great show.
Yeah.
I also love Vince Gilligan and Michelle McLaren.
Vamos con la siguiente pregunta. Ahí está. Nuestro amigo del Grow Group. Hola.
Hi, Giancarlo, big fan of your work. I would like to ask you if there's any experience or memory you would like to share working with Mark Margolis as recently. How was it like?
I have known Mark Margolis for over 40 years.
Él ha conocido a Mark Margolis por más de 40 años. La pregunta fue, ¿cómo fue trabajar con él?
I did a play with him off-Broadway years ago.
Hizo una obra en Broadway hace unos años.
So when he was cast as Don Hector in Breaking Bad, I was very excited.
Cuando lo contrataron como Don Héctor en Breaking Bad, él estaba muy emocionado.
Mark was a master of speaking without words, as you know.
Mark era un maestro en hablar sin palabras, como ustedes ya saben.
So we were doing an episode of Breaking Bad, and he was younger than he was in Better Call Saul.
Estaban haciendo un episodio de Breaking Bad y él era más joven que cuando estaba en Better Call Saul.
So we get to Better Call Saul, and we're in the last scenes around the pool, and in episode 6, and he's sitting there, and Don Eladio has told the whole story of how Gus defends himself.
Ok, Don Eladio estaba contando de cómo Gus se defiende, era el episodio número 6 de Breaking Bad por la escena de la piscina. Y él
And
estaba
Hector
contando.
knows it's not true, so he's sitting there ringing the bell. and then he can't express himself because he can't talk.
Y Héctor sabe que eso no es verdad. Por lo tanto, él empezó a tocar la campana
So
como
they
lo
put
hizo.
the camera on him, and after he did his take, I was laughing my head off. I said, "What's the matter? You can't speak?"
Y al final cuando terminó se estaba muriendo de la risa, le preguntó ¿qué pasa? ¿No puedes hablar? Y estaba muerto de la risa.
I cherish Mark Margolis. I don't believe there's any death. I believe we choose to go through death, and some of us will. Others of us will transcend. We'll go through the veil and we'll be with God and Goddess without having to experience an actual death. So, therefore, I believe that it's only, the veil is that thin, and Mark is here with us all, and he hears me now, and I love you, Mark Margolis.
Giancarlo dice que él no no cree en la muerte, que el velo es tan delgadito y que él cree que hay personas que van a trascender y van a pasar directo al cielo sin experimentar lo que es la muerte, y él piensa que Mark Margolis está aquí ahorita con nosotros y que lo ama mucho.
He would say, Giancarlo, it's a really good story, but it's not true.
Él diría, Giancarlo, es una gran historia, pero no es cierto.
But here again, he can't speak.
Pero aquí no puede hablar, así que ahí está toda la parte. Buenas historias con Mark Margolis. Vamos con otra pregunta. Ahí está, mira, lo cumplimos. Dinos tu pregunta.
Hello? Okay. Hi. I've been a fan of yours since Once Upon a Time. I don't know how often you get that, but I just wanted to ask you what's your favorite kind of character to play? You have such a wide range of characters.
I always answer that with, I'm very blessed to have a full career. So my favorite character is normally the one I'm playing now, because I'm always working. But in Once Upon a Time, although I love Sydney and I love being in love with the evil queen, it's wonderful to be in love. So it was practice to be in love, and I love Lana Parrilla, so it was really a great experience. But I really enjoyed playing the genie. The genie part of my role was so phenomenal. To be able to sit inside a jar and be waiting to be released while the jar jiggled and I'm expecting to get out, that was a great episode and I loved it.
Okay, le preguntaba acerca de cuáles son sus personajes favoritos que le gusta interpretar. Hablaba mucho acerca de que él siempre responde que el personaje favorito que le gusta interpretar es el que está interpretando en el momento, pero que en Once Upon a Time, la serie, él le gustó la escena de estar enamorado de Sydney y de la bruja mala, y que también le gustó mucho la escena o el capítulo donde él hizo del genio, porque estaba atrapado dentro de la lámpara y todo, que fue un episodio muy divertido para él. Tenemos otra pregunta. No, okay. I had the opportunity to get some fan questions, and I wanted to let you know a few of them. He says, you have given us so many unique antagonists throughout your career. Does it get any easier when trying to create a new one to portray, or is it harder finding new traits for them?
It's harder finding new traits for new antagonists that I might take on, because I've started at such a high level with the writing from Breaking Bad and then followed up by Better Call Saul, and then the great writing of Eric Kripke on The Boys, playing Stan Edgar. These are great antagonists.
Ok, la pregunta que nos hacía alguien en redes sociales era que si se vuelve cada vez más difícil para él encontrar nuevos aspectos que agregarle a más villanos, ya que ha hecho tantos, y dice que en efecto sí se le convierte más difícil cada vez que le toca interpretar a un antagonista, porque los guionistas en las series que ha hecho Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul y en The Boys como Star Edgar son tan buenos que cada vez se le complica o se dificulta más encontrar algo nuevo para agregarle a un personaje antagónico.
So each time I try to start fresh again and not take anything from the other to bring to what I'm doing now. So I have to investigate and find new parts of my machine that express a different emotion in a different way because it's a different character.
Y lo que explica es, para no repetir, o ya ha hecho tantos papeles que para no repetir cosas que ha hecho con otros, tiene que indagar y buscar dentro de su máquina para ver qué puede aportar y que vaya acorde con el personaje. Another question was, when did you realize that you, Giancarlo, were a part of something global that had now built such a fan base that people would remember forever? What was the time that you realized that?
It was really in the 4th season of Breaking Bad, where the show was a small show for AMC. In the 4th season, it started to get bigger. I came back in the end of the 2nd season, into the 3rd season, and the 4th season, the audience started to move to Gus. They started to hope that Gustavo would win.
La pregunta que le hacían era cuando Giancarlo se dio cuenta que había logrado estar en algo que era un éxito global y que la gente recordaría para siempre. Él dice que a partir de la 4ª temporada de Breaking Bad, él entró al final de la 2ª, parte de la 3ª, pero ya fue la 4ª temporada que la gente empezó como a encariñarse más con el personaje de Gustavo. ¿Cuántos son fanáticos del personaje de Gustavo? And Gus is, Gus has something so peculiar is that, you know, he seems very calm. He seems so, he takes care of, you know, the people around him. And yet you root for him, but sometimes you get to hate him so much. Is that something that you decided you wanted from that character from early on?
Absolutely. I didn't want to play a stereotype because we as human beings, we're dark and we're light. And I had talked a long time to Vince Gilligan about how to create all of those in one human being. Someone who could be very kind, someone who could be brutal, someone who could think for the family of employees that he has, but demand that you do it right. And if you don't do it right, you're done. You are done. Finished.
We believe that, yeah. Le preguntábamos que si la decisión de interpretar el personaje de Gus desde un principio, siendo un personaje que es tan calmado, que cuida a su familia, pero que a la vez es tan desquiciado, él dijo que sí, que desde un principio habló con Vince Gilligan para indicar que él quería incorporar todos esos elementos en un solo personaje, que él no quería caer en un estereotipo de antagonista. Entonces el hecho de que él tenga a sus empleados, cuida a sus empleados, pero les hace saber que a donde fallas una vez, hasta ahí llegaste. Y eso se lo creemos. Vamos con más preguntas de los fans. Vamos con preguntas de los fans. Viene. Ok, teníamos, a ver, ¿qué más habíamos elegido? Y arrancamos, ahí está. Nuestra amiga del celular, ahí. Ajá, ahí está, la que se está tapando la boca. Ahí va. Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Giancarlo, I just want to tell you that I love you so much. I know when you're angry. Thank you.
Thank you. Love when I'm angry?
She loves when you're angry.
To be angry.
Tenemos otra pregunta. Ahora sí creo que ya cumplimos con lo que habíamos.
Here, I have something for you. Attention.
Atención.
I will kill your son. I will kill your wife. I will kill your infant daughter.
Fuerte el aplauso, estamos viendo la dramatización en vivo. Ese es el talento de Giancarlo. I think you have some few collaborators or employees already in the house.
Yes. Yes, can you cook? Bring me a sample. I told you, bring me a sample. Okay.
But
I
what
see
if the
it.
sample
You
is
have
not
to
good?
bring me a little. I asked if they could cook. He said he could cook.
What if
So
the sample's not good? What happens to them?
it has to be blue. And then I have a tester.
Okay.
And the tester will test it. And if
They're
it's
alive.
95% or better, you have a job.
Si cocinan y el plato que cocinan tiene el 95% en adelante de aprobación, están contratados. Está bien. Tenemos más preguntas. A la de rojo, nuestra amiga de rojo. Listo. Vamos con. ¿Cómo te llamas? Y la pregunta, por favor.
My name is India, and how did you learn Spanish?
Slowly.
Was that one of the challenges?
It is. I mean, I've done many Spanish roles, but Gustavo had Chilean Spanish. So there was a certain accent that was required. So I have a very good ear, and I read Spanish very well. And so I started to get good at it. Whatever's written, I could read and speak fluently.
Ok, el personaje de él ha hecho personajes ya hablando español anteriormente. El tema está en que este personaje era chileno o tenía descendencia chilena, entonces por eso el acento y eso le costó un poquito, pero él puede leer muy bien en español y lo hace constantemente. Una pregunta más y pasamos con un personaje que les va a encantar. Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Hi. It's so great to have you here. My name is Miranda. I really want to be an actress, and I want to ask you a question. Did you want to be an actor since you were a child? And if so, how did you get from there to here? And do you have any tips for aspiring actors?
I had a desire to be an actor from the time I was 7 years old. I wound up on Broadway at 8 years old, and I thought I would be a song and dance man for most of my life.
Very musical.
Musical comedies.
Yeah.
And so by the time I hit 13, I realized that I had idols on screen like Sidney Poitier, Burt Lancaster, and many other great actors. I wanted to be a dramatic actor. How did I get here? sacrifice, dedication, and commitment. That's how I got here.
Sacrificio, dedicación y compromiso es lo que lo trajo y está aquí en esta tarima, en este escenario. Él desde los 7 años quería actuar, pero él pensó en ese momento que él quería ser intérprete de musical, de baile y de música, pero luego a los 13 años se dio cuenta, con talentos como Sidney Poitier y otros actores, que lo suyo era el drama. Y luego de eso, pues, aquí está.
What you do today determines your tomorrow. If you spend 10 minutes a day dreaming for 3 minutes, taking your dream and writing it down, not typing it, writing it down in your hand for another 3 minutes, take the next 3 minutes and close your eyes, breathe and meditate and see that dream coming true. That's 9 minutes. Take the next minute and decide and make a choice about how to put all of that into action today.
Les vamos a explicar la técnica de los 10 minutos. Okay, the first 3 minutes is to dream it. Okay, los primeros 3 minutos del día te los tomas durante el día para soñar lo que quieres lograr. Los siguientes 3 minutos escribes a mano, no en la computadora ni en el celular, a mano escribes lo que quieres lograr. So it's dream it, write it, and the next 3, medítalo, manifiesta lo que quieres para lograrlo. Mira, exacto, manifestarlo y mira, visualízate logrando lo que quieres. La atracción, manifestación, and the last minute. Ok, y el último minuto para completar los 10 es piensa en qué formas o lo que vas a hacer para que se haga realidad. Así que espero que eso te ayude un montón, y a toda la gente que está ahorita, que tenga un sueño, 10 minutitos de 24 horas, 10 minutos.
What you practice, you become. What
Yeah.
you practice every day, you become that. What you think about and what you say out loud. I am going to be an actress. I am going to be a great actress. I am going to be the greatest actress of all time. Every single day you say that. And then if you back up that, right, we can talk, but then you back it up by going to acting class, by going and acting wherever you can for nothing, for as long as you can to get experience, by actually doing it, and you keep saying it. I am going to be seen, I have a voice, I am good enough, I am good enough, I am good enough, then you will be.
Tal cual. Hay que manifestar las cosas, hay que decirlo y te vas a convertir en lo que estás diciendo, lo que estás predicando. Y no solamente es decirlo, pero si a eso lo apoyas con el hecho de tomar clases de actuación y decir yo voy a ser el mejor actor o la mejor actriz del mundo, y lo soportas con yendo a clases de teatro y de actuación y vuelves y te lo repites que lo voy a lograr, que lo voy a lograr y que soy suficiente y lo suficientemente bueno o buena para hacerlo, lo vas a lograr. Y yo quiero un fuerte aplauso para ese mensaje, porque creo que todos lo necesitamos ahorita. A veces we feel overwhelmed so much, pero nos sentimos tan abrumados tantas veces que cualquier cosa nos derrumba. That anything that people say just, you know, it makes us feel down and want to
Your intention
quit.
is everything.
Yeah.
Your intention is everything. If you have a good intention for yourself, that's the first step. The second is to cultivate your talent. And you can do anything if your intention is in the right place. How did I get here? There's another answer. The other answer is, I love what I do. You fall in love with what you do, you dedicate your heart and soul, and then you know. You may want it and think it to happen, you want it to happen tomorrow. And you have to see that it's gonna happen tomorrow. But oftentimes it won't happen. And that's a test. Because if you give up, it will never happen. But if you try every single day knowing that it's going to happen, then it will happen.
You won't stop at nothing. Hay cosas que no pasan, que tú piensas que van a suceder mañana y no pasan, pero tienes que seguir intentando siempre y cuando tengas la intención, sepas cómo llegaste a donde has llegado y te pares todos los días y dices lo voy a lograr, va a suceder. Es ese poder de atracción lo que necesitamos todos para lograr nuestras metas. And talking about dreams, ¿cuántos fanáticos de Star Wars hay aquí? And let me tell you, Moff Gideon, And long live the Empire.
Long live the Empire!
Estamos. Espérate, ¿viene el Imperio? ¿Qué pasó? ¡Ay, Dios mío! ¡Ay, Dios mío! ¡Fuerte el aplauso! Los fans de Star Wars estamos viviendo hoy una experiencia única.
Yes!
There's Mando. How close is that to the actual?
It's perfect.
It's perfect.
Perfecto.
Oye, un gran aplauso para nuestros cosplayers aquí en el escenario del Comic Con. En este momento icónico con nuestro gran Giancarlo Esposito. And talking about Star Wars, it's a dream. I can only imagine what it's like.
It is the dream come true.
It is a dream.
Years-
I know that you wanted a cape when you decided to, or they offered you the role of Moff Gideon. We want to know is, using the cape, using the darksaber, is it everything you expected it to be? Or was it more?
It was more. You know, when you're in the Star Wars universe, you're in a world that is so created by sight and sound and the volume that we shoot in, and you have to bring a lot of imagination because they're not set pieces. And so you have one set piece, the TIE Fighter, which I'm standing on top of when I make my entrance, but your imagination starts to soar. And as Moff Gideon, I started to create a situation where I did know everything. I was the all-intelligent that no one knew why Moff knew everything. And that created a sense of power and control. And that was wonderful to be able to feel like the world is completely under my power.
Le preguntábamos a él acerca de si lo que él visualizó o imaginó a la hora de usar la capa y el Darksaber como Moff Gideon era lo que esperaba o mucho más. Él dijo que fue hasta más, que él lo que hizo fue que a la hora de rodar la serie no hay muchos elementos físicamente ahí como lo vemos en la serie que luego son agregados con efectos especiales y demás. Entonces él tenía que imaginarse y para su personaje él de verdad se creyó que él se sabía todo y eso le ayudó a él a interpretar este personaje que como lo hemos visto demuestra que se la sabe todas y hasta ahí llegó con Moff Gideon.
It's the most fun I've ever had.
Es el mejor tiempo que se ha pasado y yo creo que ha valido la pena. Espérate, fans de Moff Gideon por aquí, fans de Moff. I can tell you, you're such an amazing talent, and we're all honored to have you here because you've given us some iconic characters. Kaleidoscope is a totally different character. They're all so different, but so unique at the same time, and that's your magic. That's the magic that you give each and every one of us in the entire world.
Thank you. I feel like we all have that magic.
We do.
I really feel that way, and part of why I come to Comic-Cons is to see all of these folks in wonder, enchantment, and joy, to cosplay, to play their heroes, to become their heroes. You, all of you, have the power to do anything you want to do. It just takes effort, and it takes putting your attention on it, and you mentioned the theys, there are no theys. I am my worst enemy. I am my own they. And so, no one is completely comfortable getting on the stage in front of 5,000 people. I don't know what to say, and I've been doing it for 50 years. It doesn't matter. Be yourself, love yourself.
Sean ustedes mismos, ámense ustedes mismos. Cada uno aquí es único, cada uno aquí tiene el valor. Él dice que posiblemente después de 50 años de estar haciendo eso, se monta el escenario y a veces no sabe qué decir. Y eso le pasa a él que tiene tanto tiempo de experiencia. Así que crean en ustedes y sean genuinos. Ese es el mensaje más importante. Y como el Comic Con es de los fans, vamos de vuelta con los fans. Así que vamos con preguntas de nuestros queridos fanáticos para Giancarlo Esposito. Así que ahí viene, vamos a preguntar, vamos a pedir Luis, vamos a pedir a Tito. ¿Qué tal, Mike? Prof? Ahora sí, vamos con preguntitas del público. A ver, vamos aquí al medio, pues, al medio, y ya después las vamos a tirar más para allá para que la gente tenga chance de preguntar. Ajo, ajo. Ay, Dios mío. Ay, Dios mío. Listo, hermano. Díganos tu nombre, por favor, y cuál es la pregunta. What? 3 favorite movies and series.
Oh my goodness, the 3 favorite movies.
And 3 TV shows.
Favorite
or series.
series.
Yeah.
I love Peaky Blinders.
How's it, Peaky Blinders?
Love it, love it, love it. I'll give you a movie now. I don't know if you might know it, but the first Star Wars movie.
La primera película de Star Wars.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I love The French Connection.
The French Connection.
Another great movie, an older
Okay.
movie. I come from a different time than many folks here, so I watched a lot of classical movies growing up that dealt with hope and believing in yourself and having a worldview.
Él obviamente dice que él viene de otra época, como muchos acá, pero que él veía muchas películas clásicas que trataban con esperanza y de creer en uno mismo.
The original Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Raiders of the Lost Ark, that's a good one. That's
I've got to find 2 TV shows.
Is this such a complicated question? Is that you have so many movies and
Especially in the last 5 years,
Yeah.
there's so many streaming things that come up that have been so very, very good. But I watch very obscure things because the major stuff that's filtered through the networks is good,
Yeah.
but it exists on a commercial level.
yeah, it does. Yes.
And so I like things that are a little more obscure and a little bit different.
Es que hay muchas series, por ejemplo, que pasan por un canal, no solamente en Estados Unidos pasan por un canal de televisión, una franquicia de televisión, y tienden a ser un poquito más comercial. A él les gustan las series un poquito más oscuras, posiblemente menos comerciales, pero que a muchos de los que estamos aquí nos encanta también. Did you ever imagine, you've been doing this for so long, did you ever imagine streaming and TV being what it is now? You know, I haven't been doing this for as long, but I always thought the movie theater was the only thing. And now we have so many different platforms to reach so many people and with great quality. I mean,
I never imagined it would be, streaming really gave me a new career because I could do 3 shows or 4. In fact, 2 years ago, I did 5 shows in one season because they had different schedules. So I was really blessed to be able to play a large variety of characters. And I think that's what has me appeal to such a wide audience of people. Because I go from The Boys to Mandalorian, a younger generation of fans, to Dear White People, to Godfather of Harlem. I just worked with Ty West in Maxine. Yeah, he did X, and he's a really wonderful filmmaker. And I've just done a film with the guys who did Scream.
oh wow, the brothers.
Called Abducting Abigail.
Wow, they're really good.
They're really good.
Talented.
So I have a bunch of things coming out that people will love to see.
Él está trabajando en un montón de cosas, trabajó con Kai West en Maxine, trabajó ahorita con los directores de las últimas 2 películas de Scream y you mentioned, wait, what was the question? I forgot my question.
No, I forgot too.
I forgot my question, I'm sorry.
It's all right.
So, yeah, ahorita what was it? Oh my god, I just forgot.
I mentioned Maxine. I mentioned Ty West.
Yeah.
Abducting Abigail.
Oh, perdón, me guié. Él había dicho que yo le preguntaba era de lo del streaming y nos comentaba, yo le preguntaba si él sí visualizaba que streaming iba a llegar a ser lo que es hoy en día. Y decía que lo que le encanta de streaming es que le dio una nueva carrera y que en una sola temporada de una serie puedo grabar 5 series diferentes y brincar desde The Boys, Mandalorian, Breaking Bad y demás, todo porque los horarios eran diferentes.
All in one season. And check out Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles!
That is such a great movie.
Baxter Stockman.
That is such a great movie. It's amazing. ¿Fueron a ver ya las Tortugas Ninja Caos Mutante? Si no, vayan a verla, está buenísima. It's so good. Vamos con otra pregunta. Ay, papá. Ok, vamos a tirar para allá. Ajo. Hola, amigo. Ajá, no, del otro lado. Ahí.
Sí, ¿qué tal? Voy a hablar en español y en inglés.
Mi pregunta era, ¿qué estaría haciendo Giancarlo Esposito si no estuviera actuando en Hollywood o actuando en Broadway? What would Giancarlo Esposito be doing if he wasn't not acting on Hollywood or acting in Broadway?
I would be digging in the desert of Saudi Arabia.
You have a passion for it?
I would be, I always felt that I would be an explorer, like Shackleton, like discovering different new places.
Estaría en Arabia Saudita buscando en el desierto, él quería ser explorador.
I love archaeology.
La arqueología.
So that's
And
why.
have you ever practiced it?
No,
Never.
no, but I always saw that I would be an archaeologist or a chiropractor.
Ahí lo tienen. Gracias.
Boring.
No, not at all. You should experience. That should be in your bucket list.
Okay.
Yeah, you just we go on vacation and do some digging and
Yeah,
just make sure if it's what you like, and then maybe you like it so much that you retire to it. You know, who knows?
I love science. I love learning about new cultures and indigenous cultures that have led to who we are now.
Le gustan las culturas indígenas y todo lo que nos ha llevado a la cultura que somos hoy en día. Listo, otra más. Vamos con otra pregunta. Hola. ¿Todo bien? Ahora sí.
Hi, I would like to ask you, for someone that wants to study filmmaking, what's your best recommendation?
My best recommendation is to write something. Is to write a script and to get all your friends to do it and to shoot it on the iPhone and have a vision. I think that filmmaking is visual. It also tells the story of your heart, and start with your story. The story of your family, the story of your friends, and shoot it with an iPhone and learn to edit, and that's the best experience you could get.
Le preguntaba qué recomendaciones tiene si él quiere trabajar en la industria, quiere hacer trabajar en la industria de la cinematografía, y le dijo que escriba algo, que le diga a los amigos que lo graben con el iPhone, que cuente sus historias del corazón, historias cercanas de su familia, de sus amigos, y que lo publique, que aprenda a editar, y así, literalmente es sacar las historias y hacerlas realidad. Tenemos otra pregunta a nuestros amigos del podio, nuestros amigos de los cocineros, los colaboradores. Vamos a ver si pasan la prueba.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Clément, and I was wondering what was the best part of working with Vince Gilligan?
The best part of working with Vince was to be included in the questions he had about my storyline. So as an actor, I would do things that would inspire them, and when they watched the episode, they would go, oh, look what he just did. And they inspired me by the writing. So the best part of it was to be included in making the decision about how Gustavo would die. It was just a fantastic conversation.
Lo que más le gustó de trabajar con Vince Gilligan era que lo incluía dentro de lo que su personaje interpretaba, lo que actuaba, cómo pensaba, lo incluía dentro de esa conversación, incluyendo la parte, el episodio final de la muerte de Gustavo. Le preguntaron cómo le gustaría que la muerte de Gustavo. How fun was that? Is that prosthetic? That was
really fun. 4-hour makeup, not so much fun. Sitting for a long time.
That was really. That was.
But it was
wow.
a really great thing. The wonderful thing about what happened in Breaking Bad, and for those of you who didn't see it, spoiler, was that in Better Call Saul, I was Machiavelli. You knew I couldn't die, and which was a great thing. And so in the scenes with Tony Dalton, in episode 6 of Better Call Saul season 6, it was a really wonderful thing to be in such fear that he was going to kill me when we're down in the lab, but knowing in the back of my mind that I wouldn't die, but having to play that. And Vince Gilligan directed that episode. And to be in the dark, you know, while he's shooting at me, dodging bullets was very exciting and very frightening. And so that was a wonderful experience to be able to see Vince direct me and grow as a director, but be so clear about what he wanted.
En la sexta temporada de Better Call Saul, él sabía que el personaje de él no moría. Entonces, lo que pasa era, en la escena del tiroteo dice que lo curioso era sentir en su mente, físicamente tener miedo de que lo fueran a matar, pero internamente saber que él no iba a morir. Entonces, eso de, bien buen panameño, chifiar las balas en ese capítulo y que Vince Gilligan lo dirigiera, fue muy divertido en Better Call Saul. Hablábamos acerca del personaje del episodio de la muerte, spoiler, para los que no lo han visto, en una de las 11 días, para no meter más la pata. Ok, vamos a tirar una pregunta más, pues, se nos está acabando el tiempo, pero recuerden que mañana va a estar nuevamente con nosotros. Vamos a tirar como para allá, para la otra esquina, para darle la oportunidad a todo el mundo. A ver, y si alguien tiene una pregunta de The Boys, ¿sí? Ahorita se las hacemos,
La pregunta es, ¿qué se necesita para ser un buen villano?
What does it take to be a good villain?
It takes having a good sense of self, because not all of us are outgoing. Sometimes we're shy. I can be shy sometimes. Sometimes we're hesitant. Sometimes we don't speak up enough. And it takes controlling the chaos. I coined that saying. Not only the chaos in the room, but the chaos inside yourself.
Controlar el caos interno, porque dice que en efecto hay personas que hablan muy bajito, hay personas que son inseguras, hay personas que son muy dudosas, pero lo importante es la introspectiva. El caos que tienes, manejar ese caos interno te ayuda a ser un buen villano.
No matter what's going on inside me, I can walk into a room and I can be timid and I can disappear. I can also walk into a room and that is contraction. Disappearing is contraction. I can also walk into a room and look at the room and walk through the room like I know where every exit is, I know where every person is, and I know how to command everyone's attention. That's expansion.
Está dos tipos, está la contracción, que es cuando el personaje entra a un cuarto, a una habitación y es muy tímido y se hace así muy pequeño, pero está la expansión, que cuando entras, cuál es el tipo de personaje que entra a un lugar y sabe dónde está cada salida y puede comandar la atención de todos los que están en la habitación.
That's what it takes to be a good villain.
Eso es lo que se necesita para ser un buen villano. Muchísimas gracias. Vamos a preguntar una última pregunta, no creo que haya como dos más, de The Boys. Ok, tienes una pregunta de The Boys. We're gonna go back now to one of my favorite characters of yours. ¿Cuántos son fanáticos del personaje de The Boys? Wow! Oh my God, between you and Homelander.
You are not a god. You are simply bad product.
You showed him. I was so proud of your character in that episode. I was like, finally, somebody, told Homelander what it should be told.
I love this character. I had a great experience with Anthony Starr, a great actor, and we had great chemistry because he wasn't afraid of me and I wasn't afraid of him. And what I love about Stan Edgar is, he controls the chaos in a different way. He's very relaxed and he's unafraid, and he simply explains to you that you're not the center of attention. I'm really sorry, but you're not.
And it makes you feel very little without, taking too much. It's like, you're not that important.
Exactly. And I love being able to play that part of my character.
El personaje de Stan Edgar dice que él es muy relajado, él es muy tranquilo y él te puede hacer sentir muy chiquito, así rapidito, y por eso le encanta interpretar a este personaje porque es diferente a los otros personajes que he interpretado. Dale, nos ibas a preguntar ahí nuestro amigo del celular. Ajá. Cuéntanos, amigo. A tu nombre, por favor.
Mi nombre es José y tengo una pregunta. ¿Cómo sintió hacer ese papel?
How did you feel playing Star Edgar? How did you feel playing Star Edgar?
I love Stan because he's very intelligent and very smart. And people want to always know why he's not afraid of Homelander. Because he's more a psychologist. in many ways. Like he knows that Homelander needs a father figure. He knows that Homelander needs someone to validate him. And therefore, he knows how to control him. So he's very thought out and understands human nature.
Él entiende la naturaleza humana porque él sabe, él interpreta a este personaje de una manera más psicológica. Él sabe que Homelander busca una figura paterna, que es su personaje. Él sabe que Homelander busca validación y por eso es que no le tiene miedo. Even though he could blow your head off like in a second, he's not fearful.
He's not fearful. What do we want as human beings? We want to be loved. We want to be listened to. We want to be cared for. We want to be praised. We want someone to understand us.
Como seres humanos queremos validación, queremos que nos halaguen, queremos que nos quieran, queremos que nos vean. Así somos los seres humanos. Before we leave, we'll have you back tomorrow, and we're going to keep on having a great time because we're closing the Comic-Con with you tomorrow, so it's going to be one heck of a party here.
We love it.
We love it. So before we leave, we just want to thank you for being here, and any last thoughts for everybody here. I think we've not only gotten to know you more than just your characters, we've gotten to feel, pumped up with how we want to see life, and we now want to conquer the world after everything we've heard.
So yeah, I have some last thoughts. I do what I do because I love it, but I also do it because I have something to offer. And I attest that all we can do, the most important thing that we can do with our life and our existence is to be in service.
Él sabe lo que él ofrece, él sabe lo que él representa, y él dice que lo más importante de la vida es be in service, estar disponible a brindar un servicio, a estar presente.
Be in service to what you love, be in service to your family, be in service to each other, be in service to your dream. We want to be seen.
Queremos ser vistos, estar en servicio para tu familia, para tus amigos, para los demás, y quieren ser vistos.
I see you.
Él los ve.
And I love you.
Y nosotros amamos a Giancarlo Esposito.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Ha sido un verdadero placer. It's been one of my highlights, just getting to talk to you. I feel so pumped up with life. Mañana estará de regreso para el cierre del Comic-Con Panamá 2023, así que tenemos una cita mañana. Vamos a tomar la fotillo oficial. Ahí está, de fondo. Voy a salir y después me quito para no tapar nada.
¡Foto!
Me quitaré y no los taparé, lo prometo, porque va a salir una.
1, 2, 3.
Alright, so I'm going to take away so you can have one for the full audience. A la otra. Fuerte el aplauso, Giancarlo Esposito. Buenas noches, Panamá. Gracias por estar con nosotros. Sigan disfrutándola y nos vemos mañana. Muchas gracias.